Peace. What is up? I am OnenO. Thank you for tuning in to watch this video. This is week number 4 of the Course in Miracles. I got my white t-shirt on, got my mala beads ready to go. Let's get into it. Okay, welcome to week number 4. Thanks for tuning in once again. This week was actually a pretty interesting week. I was out in Vancouver, Washington, playing the Pemberton Festival. It was so beautiful. We were playing outside in this huge mountainous view, and the people there were just so chill and so much fun to be around. The vibes were amazing. And then the next day, we flew out to Chicago, played a festival out in Chicago, had a great time out there, reconnected with a couple friends I haven't seen for a minute in Chi-Town. What up, Chi-Town? And then now, back here in Nashville, I've been doing my Course in Miracles this whole week, and now we're gonna recap week number 4 of the Course in Miracles, starting with lesson number 22. Here we go. This week was very interesting, and I actually had a couple challenges that really were very interesting as they impacted my life in regards to the book. I had a couple things happen in my life this week that when I was going through this course, it was quite a personal experiment to be able to see how to apply these lessons into some real life situations where my ego was being very challenged. Okay, so lesson number 22 is: what I see is a form of vengeance. Now it goes on to describe what it means when it's talking about vengeance, but I'm just going to read the first little paragraph here to explain it. Today's idea accurately describes the way anyone who holds attack thoughts in his mind must see the world. Having projected his anger onto the world, he sees vengeance about to strike him. His own attack is thus perceived as self-defense. This becomes an increasingly vicious circle until he is willing to change how he sees. So what I see is a form of vengeance. And again, what we're talking about is when I look out into the world, when I see things like that barn, like the trees, when I look at them, I'm projecting my own thoughts onto them. And if I have attack thoughts and fear-based thoughts, then I'm projecting my own vengeance onto what it is that I'm seeing. Lesson number 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up my attack thoughts. I highlighted just one sentence in this lesson which I thought summed it up really well and was very powerful. That sentence is: every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. Think about that for 1 second. If thoughts become things, and if reality is based on thoughts first, then every thought that you have has existence in some part of the reality. So therefore, no thoughts are simple thoughts, no thoughts are meaningless thoughts. Well, it's kind of a contradiction based on where we're coming from, but what I'm trying to say is that no thoughts are hollow or are empty or have no such reality. In fact, all your thoughts make up your reality, and when you open your eyes, what you're looking at is the most dense thoughts that you hold in your mind space. So lesson number 23, I can escape from the world I see by giving up my attack thoughts. And the way I interpret that then is I can escape from this world of projection that I am constantly involved with, just by simply giving up the ideas of attacking anything that I see. Lesson number 24. I do not perceive my own best interest. This one directly challenged my ego because of the confrontational nature of these words. I do not perceive my own best interest. What does that mean? Well, the way I interpreted it is that, again, when I look out onto the world, especially when it comes to the situations I'm perceiving myself to be involved with, I do not perceive my own best interest there. What I am actually perceiving is my ego's interest. Now keep this in mind. My ego is the part of my brain that sees only the physical world. My spirit, the Holy Spirit that lives within me, is the only part of me that perceives the spiritual, infinite nature of the world. But spirit is informing me at the same time that ego is informing me. But if I let my ego be the only thing that I listen to, then I am not clear in my perceptions of the world. And therefore, I do not perceive my own best interests. Because now I'm perceiving things from the physical mind only, from the ego-based mind only. And therefore, I can only perceive the past. I can only perceive that which I have a mental reference for. And therefore, I cannot perceive my own best interests because my mind, my ego mind, is a selfish devil. Lesson number 25. I do not know what anything is for. The lesson plan for this day was to look around you and say, I do not know what that tree is for. I do not know what that car is for. I do not know what that sound is for. I do not know what this oxygen is for. I do not know what this book is for. And the idea is to prime your brain with more and more examples of the fact that you are constantly labeling things. And so when somebody comes up to you and approaches you with something, if you assume that you know what they're coming at you for, then you're wrong. I'm wrong. Lesson number 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. I want to read again this first paragraph because I thought it was very interesting. It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. My thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. If I send attack thoughts out into the world because my ego gets triggered and I get defensive and I feel like life should be going a certain way that it's now not going, if I send attack thoughts out onto my world, the first thing I'm attacking is my own peace of mind. I attack my own peace. I attack the peaceful kingdom within me with my first attack thought. And then most certainly, as we've learned in some of the other lessons, I'm not alone in perceiving the effects of my thought. I'm not alone in perceiving the effects of the world around me. So if I have an attack thought, not only do I make it real, but I make it part of my reality, because again, my thoughts have a reality. They are part of the whole reality. So my attack thoughts are first attacking my peace of mind. And if the whole goal of this course is to find peace, then I must let go of my attack thoughts because it disrupts my peace. Lesson number 27. Above all else, I want to see. I felt like this one was kind of mimicking the lesson that we had, I think it was last week, which was, I am determined to see. This one says, above all else, I want to see. And the idea for this lesson plan was to repeat this thought to yourself once every 20 minutes throughout the whole day. And it was to use it as a kind of guide to see how much your mind is actually going to tune in to these type of thoughts. Do you really wish to see the world clearly? And if so, how much do you desire that? And for this lesson, above all else, I desire that. Above all else, I want to see. I want to see clearly. I don't want to continue perceiving the world through the filter of my ego, which does not have my best interest. It has its own interest in mind, but not the spirit within me, not my best interest. And the last lesson for this week is lesson number 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. This one, again, the idea was to go around the room or around your environment and look at things and say, above all else, I desire to see the grass differently. I desire to see this person differently. I desire to see this situation differently. And in doing so, you're priming your mind once again that your highest desire is to see clearly without projecting onto the perceptions that you see in front of you. And it's a lot easier said than done. It's not very easy to see this world clearly. This week I had my mind directly challenged by a situation that, to be totally honest, it's a bit personal, so I'm not going to share it with you, but I'll share with you the metaphors that I learned from it. And I was directly challenged by somebody in my life who flared their ego and put me in my place and told me that I was disturbing their peace in a way that I didn't even know that I was. And this person put me in my place, and they told me point blank that they don't care about my feelings. They only care about their feelings. And this made me feel really fucked up because it slapped me right in my own ego's face. And so what I decided to do was just offer this person an apology for disrespecting them, even though I didn't feel like I needed to. Ultimately, my ego got checked. And because I'm going through this course, I was able to see where I was creating dysfunction and where this person was creating dysfunction. And again, because I was going through these lessons, if I created attack thoughts based on how I think that person should or should not have spoken to me, the first thing I'm doing is destroying my own peace. So it's for the preservation of my own peace that I decided to forgive this person as soon as the situation happened. And it is for the same reasons that I decided to give this person an apology. Even though my ego was telling me I didn't feel like I needed to apologize for the thing they were calling me out on. But that's not important, because what's important to me is peace. My ego is no longer important to me. And my ego has been taking the back burner in my life since before I started this course. I've been going through my yoga life for about the last 3 and some years now. I've been meditating on a regular basis, and I've been piece by piece removing the control of my ego. And so when this person told me that I had hurt their feelings, even though I disagreed, even though my ego flared up, the first thing I did was remove my attack thoughts from the situation. I have no reason to defend myself. And so what I decided to do was to offer this person a sincere apology for affecting them. Even if I feel like I should or should not have apologized, I felt that in doing so, I extend peace. If I defend myself, if I extend my attack thoughts, I'm not extending peace. And so because peace is my number one priority, whatever my ego wants to do is irrelevant. Peace is the number one thing that I want to be about at this point in time. And it's not passive, it doesn't make me weak. In fact, it makes me strong. Because by offering peace when my whole ego just wants to defend and attack, what have I actually created in the world? I've created peace. So therefore, how can that be seen as weak when the very thing that I desire the most, which is peace, has now been spread in the face of trials, in the face of testing, and in the face of an attack towards me, or at least what my ego perceived as an attack. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks again for watching the video. Pop on over to the website at iamoneno.com. Read the blog, check out more of the videos, and sign the email list so we can stay in touch. I send out email blasts every time I upload a video so that you have them direct into your space, so that you don't miss out, because other social media sites, you don't always see every post that gets up there, but through email, I'm able to communicate directly to you. And at any point, if you have a question, you can respond to the email and it comes directly to me. And I love this kind of two-way street we got going on. I love hearing from you and knowing how these videos are impacting your life too. So, once again, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again along the journey soon. And until I do, oneness in sound. I am OnenO. Peace.